All right, is this on? All right, good. All right, hello everybody. It's me. So I'm doing a lot better. Uh, so basically I basically accepted the fact that uh, these implants are in my head and I can't get away from them. I can't beat it. So basically, I gotta think happy thoughts. I can't escape it. So fuck it. I can't prove that they're putting stuff in my head though. So I don't know. I kind of wish I would have worn a better shirt, but whatever. Fuck it. Um, I'm trying to do better. I'm doing better. I'm getting there. I feel like there's a system that I need to go through. So yeah, and who knows? We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'm doing what's right, and I'm watching what I think and what I say, and I'm more mobile now. Like I can move more now, but it's slowly getting there. The past few years, like the past 5 years, I've been like a senior citizen, you know? So it's been very hard for me. Like my joints would ache and everything. And now I'm barely starting to wake up. So there's that. And I'm just giving you guys a progress update. And I felt like posting this on Facebook. So yeah, I gotta be careful though, because I feel like there's so many different personalities, and you don't know who's trying to lie to you or who's just really being themselves, or fighting for a cause or whatever. You know, and I don't know. It's interesting, but we all got to embrace our differences in a way, and whatever. Just I don't care. I feel like once you're 18, you already know what's right and what's wrong. You become an adult. So, yeah. I feel like there's too many games being played. Like everyone plays them. And I'm tired of it. So, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like you don't know who to trust. But if you notice, like every video, I'm talking more differently because I feel like I'm growing. And I'm slowly evolving. But like every day I'm growing a little bit. Every month I'm growing. So the next time I post a video will be when I have enough information and progress, and I don't know, when I really feel like it, when I feel like I need to give an update to the world. If it still feels too much like the same video, like the current video, the previous video that I posted, then I'll just leave it at that. Because I don't want to post too much, because then my whole profile is going to be flooded with pictures and videos, and there's not going to be that much difference. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Like I'm trying to make I'm trying to make a great profile, and I'm slowly getting there. I feel like it's really good now, but I feel like maybe in a few months it'll be great. And that's how I feel. I feel like it's really good now. It's not just good, it's really good. And I don't know. So it's really cool because like on the internet, there's so many people like with different perspectives and everything. And the people that want to joke around or talk shit or be negative, you can just avoid them. You can just block them out of your mind. And yeah, you don't have to directly be influenced by everything you see. And that's one of the problems that I had for years. I mean, most of my life, ever since I was like 5, I would say. I don't know. You know, ever since like the kids in school started acting different, mean to me, you know, that started around 5. So yeah. And I just got to take my life back. And I got to remember it's not my fault. I really feel like people should have been nice to me. And people like, I feel like I've done wrong things or what seems to be wrong. I don't know. What people would say is wrong is different. You know, it could be subjective. Some of it could be subjective. All of it, it's subjective in a sense. Whatever. I'm not going to get into that. But I don't know. I truly feel like people intentionally were not nice to me. I feel like Radiohead, they were nice. And, well, I don't know. And Nirvana, they were nice too. And I'm just going to leave it at that, I guess. Because for whatever reason, like the implants don't really allow me to trust a lot of people. But I feel like when it really comes down to it, it's those two bands that I can listen to prevent myself from doing damage to myself, from harming myself. When I really get pushed to the edge, you know, they're there to save me. And that's really good. And I really hope that I can be more like this in my next videos because I'm being more expressive. And as you can tell, I'm growing my hair out. I'm going to get a haircut hopefully this week. I want to get a haircut this week and like leave the top, like get a 10 on top. So like trim a little bit, you know, it'll be like trimming half an inch. I don't know, but most of the top is going to stay. I'm going to let the top grow out a little bit, but I'm going to trim the sides. So that way it'll be more on top, like, you know, longer on top. Not really long. I don't want it long. I'm not going to grow it long for any time soon, you know. If I do grow my hair long, I just can't imagine, you know. Kind of a part of me is still scared to grow it long. I feel like I don't know. It doesn't interest me. It's like painting. To me, it feels like if you're a guy like painting your nails, like you don't want to, you know. And it, like, doesn't matter how it looks. It's just weird. It's just still weird, you know. So that's kind of how I feel about it. A little like that. But I feel like eventually, like at some point, maybe in 10 years, I feel like if I have long hair now, it's too loose. You know what I mean? Like it's too lazy, it looks too lazy, too loose, and I don't like that. I've outgrown the short hair look, and I've had that short hair like clean cut for years, ever since that picture that I showed you when I was like 12. I must have been about 12 in that picture. 11 or 12. I don't know. Let's just say 12. That's when it started. And then I had it long like this again in 7th grade and 8th grade too. And I cut it. So, and then after that I had it short the whole time after that, basically, for years. So basically I've had it this short since high school. And before that, I only had it short, like, no, not this short since high school. I had it short. I'm messing up. I've had it, I had my hairstyle like Adam Sandler since high school, and I'm just barely now starting to grow it out the past few months, or this year, because it's March, January. Yeah, it's about right since about, I'm trying to think. I would say since January. It's 2 months. more or less. And then like for the summertime in 2004, I think, no, 2003 summertime, I had it cut short. And I don't know why. Like, I don't understand why I would choose that. It must have been like the influence of the music and what I went through, like the shit that I went through, man. I think it's bullshit. I mean, in one sense, I've had a shitty life and I've had to like overcome all that. I don't know. Fuck it. But I choose to be optimistic. And I'm aware of the pessimistic view. Because it is a pessimistic view. Like, literally, overall, it is. Saying that I had a shitty life, it's true. It is true. It's 100% true. But it's a pessimistic view. And to stay focused on that, it's just like, it's like cars not having color. You know, like, no more color, no more good shit. Like, it's kind of like that now, in a sense. And it's never both. It's never more than one thing at a time, you know. Because there's always something. There's always a complaint, you know. And I feel like eventually, I mean, it's got to happen. Like, where so much shit happens, like, it's going to get more mixed, which is good. Because, like, all the cars are the same, and I don't know. We're getting there. That's not the problem. Like, the the focus is not to worry about that. The focus is to learn and grow every day and to withstand the waves that hit you, you know? And to be able to like learn how to surf that, you know? And I hope this video comes out good, like regular quality at least, because I see a lot of lagging like on the video. So fuck it. We'll see. If it's good enough, I'll post it. And I don't know. I don't think it's going to be fair if it's laggy and I have to redo it because I'm not doing anything wrong. Like literally, you know, yeah, I don't know. So I'm not going to get into like everything that I do, but I feel like people do have a good understanding of enough that I need to say. If I feel like I need to say it, then I'm going to say it, you know? So yeah, like I do care about how I look, and I feel like how I look represents how I feel, and that's fine. Because if women don't have a problem, you know, dressing the way they do on TV, and you know what I'm talking about, because it's been happening for years already, for like a couple decades at least, 20 years at least. Like, you know, if that's fine, then I shouldn't worry about like this old T-shirt that I have on. I've had it on for days. Well, ever since my birthday. So it's been, I mean, it's not too long. It hasn't been a week. 28, 29, 30, 31. The first, it's 4. Like, I don't know. Not even 5 days. That's acceptable. That's fine. I don't care. Because, you know, I'm doing better. Whenever I start to smell, or if it's been a week, I'll shower and brush my teeth. And I got to get into that schedule where at least every week I do that. Because that's when I start to, you know, well, actually, I gotta do better than that, but that's at least a start, and that's a start, you know, instead of waiting like a month or 2-3 weeks. I don't know, because the schedule's been like 2 weeks for like since I got out the coma, and before that was longer. You know, the only time I'd shave was when I do the video, but I feel like, why do I shave before every video? I don't need to do that. I don't want a beard, but I don't have to do a clean shave. Like, I have stubble, but you can't even see it. And on TV, you either see people with, you know, full beards, and I say it's a full beard, like, when you can shave it with clippers, you know. And I don't know, when it's like, when you can pull it, well, you know what a full beard looks like. You know, it's not exact. It doesn't have to be like inches long, but if it's no longer stubble, then it's a beard. I don't have a beard. I have stubble, and that's a difference. I feel like that's fine, especially with like my hair the way it is. You know, it goes good with it, and I just do what I like, what goes good. I got a gift card for Amazon for my birthday. I don't know what I'm gonna buy. Like, I want to buy candy. Because I don't have any space for anything, you know, and I don't know if I should buy clothes or I don't know. I do want to buy. I do need a belt. I need a new belt, a reversible belt, preferably. Maybe some shorts and shirts. I don't know, because I'm kind of tempted to buy like shirts, but I feel like I gotta wait. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just not the right time, but I don't want to waste it on candy, because I feel like that's a waste too. At least with clothes, I'll have it for years. They last for years, but candy, I mean, in a sense, it's a huge waste too, you know? Either way, for whatever reason, I'm just going to sit on it for now. I'm going to wait for about a year probably until I really figure out, because it's $100. So to me, that's a lot of money. That's the best like birthday present that I've probably ever gotten, or the most expensive. And right now, like I'm at a point where I'm doing good, but I don't know. I gotta be smart. I feel like it's a test too. Like, why would she give me that when I didn't ask for that? I don't know if I need it, because if I do, I don't know what I'm gonna buy. Who knows? I don't need a jacket. I mean, because I sit in my clothes for like a week, so I mean, I don't need clothes. I don't really need clothes. I don't know. I just want to use up the clothes that I have, the cheap clothes that I have now, and then in about 2-3 years get some new ones after 2 or 3 years. Because I feel like I gotta wait at least 2 or 3 years for the clothes to wear out even more, to where I can just, I don't know, feel comfortable throwing them away. Because I don't know what you do with them. There's a textile recycling center down Alameda, but I don't know. And I don't feel like taking them to Goodwill. I just feel, I don't know. And it's different for me. I can't just ask my parents, because my grandparents won't take me anywhere. And I don't care. It's just, they're doing this for a reason. And sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and work with what you have. Sometimes you gotta fight, and I respect that. And sometimes you gotta just work within the system, you know. And they don't teach you that in school. No one teaches you that. It's either one or the other. And then you're left confused. Like, what do I do? Why do I do this and change my mind? And it's like Pinocchio, where you got to follow your conscience, I mean, in a sense, that's what I've been doing, but at the same time, I haven't been doing that. I basically have, in another sense, I mean, I haven't done that since high school, since senior year in high school. Ever since I left, I was just like left stranded. I was abandoned. I had a lot of freedom. I had freedom because I was able to work and move. Like, I didn't have a problem with that. Like, 2011 was the best year for working. And then 2012, like, I started to get tired. And that's when I was smoking more too. Like, I started smoking cigarettes like in 2011, I would say. when I got out of high school. In 2012, I smoked a lot. I mean, I don't know, man. But I burned out. Like, I really burned out for real. And I had, like, I almost died. Like, with everything that I went through, all the times I cut myself, and like, my body was breaking down in different ways every day. And I was breaking down mentally and emotionally too, with so much stress and trauma that I've been through. I felt like it was denial because I just denied it. I was pissed off at everyone and all the music and all the shit that was happening because everyone just ganged up on me, and that's not fair. It wasn't like that. Like, shit really changed. Because after high school, there was no longer like older people, you know, older kids or people like being there for me to support me like big brothers or sisters. So I would say so. Basically, like they just let people my age, like the worst people my age, take over. That's not fair. I really had a problem with that. Like, ever since I graduated, like they let all the young people take over. And it was ridiculous. And the food started tasting like shit, everything. It's complete bullshit. I got stressed out so much. I mean, it's a miracle that I'm doing better now, and we just got to keep at it, you know? So, damn, it's already been 21 minutes. Holy shit. God damn. Fuck it. I mean, I'm not going past 30. Maybe 25. I'll do 25 because, I don't know, but basically I feel like there's a real system going on. Like, I can't move forward and I can't move backward when it comes to, like, I don't care if you think I'm crazy or childish, but like I feel like there's a real reason why Radiohead did what they did. They put out their albums and their bands, everything the way they did, because I feel like it's a step-by-step process. It's a process that I have to go through, and it's been like a radio. You know, I've been changing different bands, except it was more wild and more crazy when I was like, it was more unpredictable too, in a way. Like, when I was going through the shit that I went through, you know, because I started cutting myself in 2016. I would say so. Because I made that video, I really want to say, like, in January, the beginning of 2017. It had to have been. I don't know. I could have sworn it was like January. It was cold. It was like 30 degrees the night before. It had to have been January. Yeah, January. That sounds about right. And that was after Christmas, I think. Yeah, it had to have been. I don't know. I don't know, like, if it was before or after midnight died. I think it was after. Because, like, I was just going crazy. Like, and that's when I couldn't take it anymore. Because after that, I went to my grandma's house. And before that, I couldn't remember when I would go to my grandma's house. I was so fucked up. Like, in 2016, I would drive. I still had I don't even see that. I don't even know. But in 2017, I didn't have a vehicle. So it broke down in 2016. And then, so after that, I didn't have a vehicle. Yeah, that sounds about right. In 2016, it wasn't just all bad. People got to realize, like, what happened in the trailer was I reinvented myself. You know, I really took it easy in a way. In the later part, like, I don't know, like, or in 2016, I would cut myself and then I would be happy. It was so weird, man. Like I was so unstable in a way. Like I wasn't admitting that I was going crazy. But in a sense I was happier too because of social media and the evolution of technology and the direction in which society was going and everything was going. Like everything was going better. But it was a horrible time. It was a bad time. It was like going through birth. So yeah. And it's so weird because like in 2022, I was doing mushrooms, I think. And I think I did in 2023 too, last year. I think so. The last time I must have done it was 2023. I did an ounce over here. I think I did it twice. No, I did. No, there's no way I would have done it twice. I did it one time. I did an ounce one time, and then I did like 7 grams. But I think I could have sworn I did 14 because I posted that. Why would I post that? 14 grams. I don't know. I might have done 14 like before the ounce. It's possible, I guess. I don't think so. I doubt it, but fuck it. But I do remember doing because 7 was a lot. I mean, it made me it made me real paranoid. That was when I turned over and I was going crazy. Like one of the last times I was going crazy, like 2 years ago. It had to have been 2022. Like that picture, that's not the ounce that I did. That's not even an ounce. That's like more than half an ounce. I don't remember, but there were still mushrooms left on the table. I just fit all I could on there. Like to put a whole ounce on there, it would start to spill over. Like it would really fill up. You can barely fit an ounce on there if you could. But yeah, I just put that on there because for show, really. I don't know, just show like people what the mushrooms look like. I feel like it's really good. It's really good, and I feel like it really did help me. But like I can't remember. I wish I knew when I started doing that. I don't know. And I try to look whenever I took that picture with the blue stripe with my Adidas shirt. That was when I was just about to do them. Like I took one stem, and that was after that. So I would say that's when I started doing them, or the time that I started doing them. But I can't. That was 2 years ago. That had to have been 2 years ago in 2022, not 23, 22. 23, I was like resting and recovering from work and accepting that I couldn't work and everything. So yeah, and I think I stopped cutting myself in 2022. I had to. I don't know, but I could have sworn that's when. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much anymore. I can't remember. It's fucking the dates don't show up on there. It's only on some. It's fucked up. It doesn't make any sense. That's how Mark has it. So fuck it. Oh well. Uh, but I'm doing better. I know a lot of you will watch this. It's only 30 minutes. It's fine. Um, but yeah, I'm doing better. I'm finding myself. I'm really finding myself. Like I'm becoming more. I really feel that's what I've always believed in. Like finding yourself is returning back to who you were as a kid. But it's also learning some new things. You do learn some new things, but I really feel like you go back to when you were a kid, like around 4 or 5. You know, I don't know. Whatever. I might be wrong, but for me, that's how I feel. That's what I believe in. But I've learned so much throughout all the years. I've experienced a lot, and I've learned a lot of things too through experience. Because I was different. Like I had to learn things different. Like I would have to experience it first and learn from that. Like the hard way. Like I had to do everything the hard way. It's like I was born in another country, in the poorest country ever, compared to living a normal life here or whatever, you know. So I feel like there's a big difference, and I had to go through like the immigration process, get money and all that shit here. I had to work my way all myself, basically. I feel like it was done the hardest way. You know, I don't, because no one took it easy on me. My grandparents, they were never like really, like, I feel like they were never nice to me. Like, they were watching over me. They were nice, but like, I feel like they were always hard on me. My whole family has been hard on me, you know. My dad's side, I feel like they're nice. They're nicer. They're more respectful and nicer in a way. But I feel like they act like they don't care because I can tell them like this other shit, and they brush everything off. That's how they are, and I feel like they do it for a reason. But I can't really. Now I can, but I can now barely I can. But I feel like I couldn't do it before, you know. But maybe it's because I was embarrassed of so much shit that was going on. Because I grew up a celebrity, like the biggest celebrity in the world, maybe of all time. And you know what? That's crazy because, you know, that's not how it's going to be always. People are going to forget about me. And that's fine, you know, because what I went through was horrible, was bad, but it shouldn't impede everyone's lives. Like I shouldn't really be idolized. I don't think so. In a sense, no. I mean, I should be no more treated like Tom York or Kurt Cobain, whatever, or the president, you know. But no more than there's no reason to be treated better than that, you know. So whatever, fuck it. Anyways, I feel like ever since 2023, I was truly like at that album Pablo Honey. Like when I started to like accept everything, when I, you know, became fully aware for the first time, you know. And yeah. And I remember seeing one of the things from the coma that I didn't say, I don't think so, was like I remember seeing like towards the end my mom like remember looking up, and then like my mom was like trying to wake me up, and I knew I was in a coma and she was trying to wake me up, and it was weird. She was crying and everything. Yeah. So it was like a tunnel, like tunnel vision, you know? And also another thing, it's kind of, it was embarrassing, but it's not embarrassing anymore. It just seems out of place. Like, but I'm sure it was done for a reason. And it might have been the most scariest thing too. Like remember when I said I was in the coma and like, I was in the backyard of like a house either this house or the Juan's family's house. One of my friends from childhood. I mean, he was like, you know, he was like Vin Diesel from Fast and the Furious. Like, I don't know, but that's where they got it from. You know, I was more like Paul Walker, like the guy learning, and he would teach me stuff, you know, growing up. And that's how it was. I mean, until I busted my shin in 2008. But anyways, like, so my point is like, I was in the backyard, or whenever I'd be in the backyard or in the house by myself, like it felt cold. Like it reminded me, they did it specifically to remind me of the those spas. That's why I don't go. One of the reasons I don't go back is it reminds me of that. Being in the house, it reminds me of that. And I remember my mom would try to sell like cheap Chinese products, and it was so weird. And like whenever the scene would end, whatever was happening, it was like a silent movie, black and white, like uh, from the 30s. I don't know, like almost silent movie, one of those, which is might be even weirder. I don't know, because the silent movies have that piano music and they're jumping around, but like kind of like Sin City, like that kind of feeling, those types of movies. But like, whenever the scene would end, it would like move around, like kind of spin around and zoom out, like twisting out all the way up into the sky. And then, so where you're looking down at a box, which would be the house or the room, whatever. And then, like, I would hear, like, it would remember, I would say, it sounds like or no, it's what I can remember, what I can describe is like, it sounds like the PS2 powering down, but basically, I don't know what that sounds like, but it was more like, ooh, like, like what you would think, like of a machine powering down from like the late 90s or early 2000s is the best way to describe it. And I would hear like a voice, almost a robotic voice, and it would say like South Park Mexican, like that. For real, I swear to God. It sounds weird, but like, I mean, I didn't say it before because I was still kind of embarrassed about like listening to SPM growing up, because he brought me onto that, and it helped me when I was a kid. And then after the internet, I stopped listening to it, and then I just, at first I was like more embarrassed, and then I was more like, oh, they're trying to hurt me. But I mean, I feel like it doesn't matter. I mean, basically, yeah, but that's what happened. And like, but it's gangster rap. It's like all the other gangster rap, whatever. And it's got its place. And, you know, that's the thing. It could be interpreted incorrect or wrongly. That's why it's got the sticker on it too, a warning label. But that's what it would do. That's the sound that it would make. It would zoom out. And it was so scary because I felt like I was in a simulation. I couldn't get out. I remember looking at the blackness. I had like an MP3 player or a USB drive, and it was blue, black and blue. Like I would connected to a computer or a laptop that I had, and it would start doing some shit. I don't know. But that happened like 2 or 3 times where it would zoom out, the scene would end, it would zoom out, and like it would say that like a machine, like in sync with a machine powering down. That's the way to describe it. So I don't know. And like it reminded me of, it actually kind of started to wake me up. It scared the shit out of me, but it started to wake me up. Like things aren't hopeless. Like maybe I'm getting out of here. When you're in prison and you hear that you're gonna get out. So it was like that. It was kind of like that. So I mean, I just gotta be grateful, because what I went through, and yeah, man, like just shit like that. And I mean, you grow up and you learn and whatever, But I mean, I've been a fighter my whole life, for real. Ever since like the age of 5, since I feel people have been attacking me. Ever since I learned that I needed to fight, I've been a fighter. So, I've done it every way that I could, So yeah, and I mean, another thing that I didn't say, I should admit right now, I'd rather not type. It's better just to say it on video. But like, after I took that picture from my gray shirt, that was like 2015, January, must have been. Around that time, like I was I was trying to find a way to go back to Houston from there because I didn't want to go on a plane. I wanted to take weed with me. That was the thing. I wanted to bring some weed back. So I really fucked up and I can't blame myself though, because I was in an extended stay hotel, and with my dad and his crazy girlfriend that always yell, and she stood there naked and she peed on the floor. Like she really tried fucking with me. Like she really. That's one of the things that really made. That's what set me off. That's what started to make me push me towards the cycle of cutting myself. That's what really did it. You know, like the straw that broke the camel's back. Because my dad, he wasn't nice to me. He didn't really pay attention to me either. He was being an asshole. You know, he never really talked to me. Like he stopped really communicating with me for years. I feel he never really did. I can't remember. He only smiled like one time when I must have been about 1 or 2 when he brought me here the first time. He smiled at me and treated me like a baby, like and then he walked away. And that's it. That's all I got. That's the only time he was truly nice. But I mean, it must have been for a reason. But I just couldn't take it with all the shit that was going on in 2015. I mean, you can just imagine, like for real, because that was the end of something. That was the end of like an era and the beginning of something new, of like the modern. I would say like the modern internet that we have now. That's when I started to become a man, like a real man. So I don't know, 2015. And so anyways, I was looking for, like, you can't even imagine the shit. I was on Craigslist, like posting ads. I think I don't even want to remember, but like looking for women or really looking for girls. That's when I really started to become desperate. I was on Craigslist answering ads. It was so weird. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just became desperate and crazy. Like, really. But, like, so they bought me a train ticket, but I declined it. They didn't send it to me or anything, but, like, I said, no, I'm going to get a ride. I got a ride from, what happened was I found a ride on Craigslist back when they had that, like ride share or whatever. And I can't believe they have all that shit. Like they had all that shit. They had dating on there. Like, why would they have that? Like, whatever. And so I found a ride from some random guy. And so first I think I had to make some money. Or no, I sold I was mad at my dad, and I sold my laptop that he bought me. And it looked kind of cheap too. It was like, at that point in 2015, it was like, I don't know what brand it was, but I mean, it was a good laptop, but the material, the plastic looked cheap. Like it was a lightweight, cheap type plastic. It wasn't, it wasn't solid. Like it wasn't, I don't know. It was kind of like the hollow plastic. That's the way to describe it. So I don't know. But I was really stupid because, yeah, I smoked some good weed though. Like I don't regret it. I smoked some really good weed, and that's the way it should be. Like that's the real shit. But like I sold my laptop. And I think that's it. But like this is so dark, you can't even see. Like, god damn it. I don't know. But this video should be fine for now. Fuck it. I mean, you can still see me. I gotta do better next time. I should have turned on the light. I don't even know. Fuck it. Because I don't want. I'm not gonna be holding it up like that. You know. Fuck it. Eventually I'll delete this video. Like, I'm gonna keep going. You know. Keep progressing. Delete some shit, and only keep the good, like the really good shit. Like eventually I'm gonna start trimming shit out. You know. I haven't started doing that yet. But so I sold the laptop for like 100, probably about 100. No, I didn't sell it for money though. That's the thing. Some people wanted money, and I I traded it to some guy, a tall Hispanic guy with a mustache and like kind of like a shaved head. He reminded me of this guy. I could have sworn he was the same guy that I met in 7th grade or 8th grade. And I think we called him Brooklyn, or someone called him Brooklyn. But I didn't know his real name, but because he said he was from Brooklyn. And it's so weird. But like, he was a cool guy, but like he drove up, and I traded the laptop for, I asked him to make me some weed cookies. I think that's it though. Yeah, because that's all I brought. I could have sworn. Like a whole batch of weed cookies, Girl Scout cookies, and they were chocolate chip. And that's what I got. I was so stupid. It wasn't worth it. I don't know. For cookies, that's crazy. But I brought them out. I ate a few, and then they were minty. Like, it was so weird. It tasted good though, and I could feel the buzz. Like I was smoking so much. I smoked so much weed at that point. Like, I had a tolerance. I must have had a tolerance for it. So it only lasted like 30 minutes. It didn't. I don't know. It didn't last long. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's how the weed over there was. It must last about the same. I think all weed lasts about 30 minutes, anyways. And then you feel like the relaxation, like the psychoactive part is about 30 minutes, and then the rest is the next 30 minutes, like the body, whatever. I would say so. But like, I was on. So basically, I met the guy, and then like, he seemed suspicious already because he had like this 90-something Corolla, I think it was, like an older Corolla, and then like, he was a white guy, and then he just seemed like a serial killer. He could have been a serial killer or something. But I wasn't too threatened about him because he must have been around my age. He was like 5 years older than me, or maybe I was 23. He could have been 5 or 10 years older than me, but like, so he agreed to drive me all the way to Houston. And I was so dumb. I was like, okay, yeah. And I forgot, like, I think I gave him money. I must have given him money for it. And then, like, and they didn't have a problem with that. It's so stupid. It's complete bullshit. And a part of me was just glad to get away from that woman. Crazy bitch, man. Fuck it. But, so we drove to Colorado Springs, and then I think we must have like slept in Colorado Springs. Like, I just put the blanket over my head. We just slept like in the seats like that. And I think I remember something was missing too when I woke up. And I didn't say anything. That's when I knew he was gonna fucking rob me. I think something was missing too. I don't know. I don't remember what or it felt like it. Who knows? Like, I was eating the cookies on the way, and I think I might have been smoking too. I don't think so. I think it was just the cookies because I couldn't roll joints. I don't know how to roll joints. Like, I can't. And I didn't have any joints. So I just was eating the cookies, and he didn't eat any. He was like, oh, no thanks. And then we drove all the way to, I can't even remember how. Because I don't remember. No, it wasn't. We didn't go through Arizona. That's right. We from Colorado to maybe through Oklahoma a little bit, but like he drove me all the way to Dallas, outside of Dallas, going towards Houston, and then that's when he pulled over to the side of the road, and not the highway, but he pulled onto another road connecting to the highway, and I was like, oh shit, man, he's gonna do something, and I had no idea what, and then I felt like I kind of was annoying him too, like with the talking and shit. Like I just didn't give a fuck. But I wasn't doing anything wrong. And so uh, he pulls out a knife, and then he says, "This is the end of the road." And then so I was scared, but part of me really wasn't. I was expecting it already, and because I also felt like I needed to change too, because